My name is Troy Warfield and I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for Avis Budget Group in EMEA. So the challenge that Avis Budget Group faced, and the reason we brought Oystercatchers in, was essentially we had a marketing and digital organisation that was very decentralised. And we wanted to bring the more strategic elements of marketing and digital into a central part of our organisation. And so really what we had to do is almost relearn the organisation, get alignment between the two parties, and then make sure that we had clear areas of responsibility so that when we're providing strategy, we knew it would be executed flawlessly in every region and every market we performed in. So what Avis Budget Group and Oystercatchers did was essentially first to really understand how does the organisation currently work. And that was defining what is the as-is organisation and also the process between the marketing and digital organisation. From that, the two parties then sat down and said, well, what's the vision of where we want to be? So what's the to-be organisation? How does it work when it's really working well? And then we sat down to say, if we drew those processes up, how far are we between where we are today and where we need to be tomorrow? And what are the things that we need to do? And that entailed really looking at the way the organisation was structured, looking at the job roles and responsibilities of each of the people, and really redefining the processes within marketing and digital. In bringing that all together, we pretty much created a roadmap for anyone that joined the business to understand what role they played, what their career development could be, and how do they actually make things work. The real value that solving this problem has brought to Avis Budget Group is really in eradicating any duplication, also getting some great clarity across the business, and providing people each day when they walk into work an understanding of what role do they need to play and how does the role that they play fit in terms of making overall decisions for both the digital and marketing organisation. And fundamentally, we had a whole bunch of talented people that would come to work each day and couldn't be as great as they wanted to be. So in simply being able to define for people what their objectives were, what decisions they were responsible for, and how the organisation could work, it allowed people to free up their time rather than worrying about how to make decisions or how decisions came about. More of their time was spent on how do we make those decisions better? How do we look at greater alternatives? How do we reach outside the business and bring new ideas in and allow the process to be the non-value added streamlined part of the whole expedition? So the advice I give other marketeers who are facing similar problems is, first of all, to face the brutal truth. Really understand what is the core issue that we're dealing with, not just the superficial symptoms that may be present within the organisation. So I would say, first of all, speak to your employees, understand what's going on, then take the time out to really define what the problem is. And then if it does take some big change, and often process and organisational change does disrupt the organisation in the short term, but recognise that that may be disruptive in the short, but in the medium to longer term it'll make for a far healthier organisation.